Okay, so like when I was 18, I was like in jail, right? I was in the hole for like a long time. And I think he like blessed me with seven dreams or visions, whatever you call it, like 7 nights in a row. So like I'm not gonna go in order because I don't remember the order, but one of the dreams that I remember for sure was we were all like outside of the store, and it was like a parking lot full of cars. You know, people were going to like the different shopping markets or whatever. And then like Jesus comes out of the sky, and he wasn't small. He was like big. Like he was from the sky to the ground. Like he was not small. And he comes out, right? But he was angry. And he comes out throwing fire out his hands. You feel me? Like flames of fire out his hands, and every one of them flames that hit the earth, the ground, it would like stuff would blow up and stuff would start catching on fire. You know, and I just remember running and being so scared. I don't remember the rest of that one, but that's like one of them I remember. I remember we were all like in a pool, but it was like the most beautiful water. Like it was clear blue water. It was a whole bunch of white mountains around, and like we were literally like in the middle of the mountains, but they were white. They weren't blue. They were white, and the sun was shining so bright, and everybody's jumping into the pool, having fun. And then, sorry y'all, I'm trying to remember. I forgot that one, right? Please forgive me because it's gonna come back. So I'm gonna just go to the next one. I'm not making this stuff up. Like I said, it's he's been blessed me with these, and I'm just trying to get them out. So I'm gonna come back to that one, right? But the other one was I no, that's what happened. So we were in the pool, and then his sword came down, right? And it was all gold, but it was touching the bottom of the sword was from the earth. It was touching the earth all the way to the sky. Like this was not a sword. This sword was like the first thing I just explained, as big as God. Like this sword was from the earth past the sky. And I remember it being so shiny. It was like pure gold. Like it was so beautiful. And then it lights up, or a light shoots out the top to the sun, and everything just went um like dark blue. It wasn't dark, it was like a certain blue. And like I just seen like souls started going up to the sky. You feel me? Like I don't know how to explain it, right? That's one of them I saw. Another one was we were at a Chris Brown concert where I was in my room looking out my window, and then I go open my door, and it was a Chris Brown concert. Like this was Chris Brown on the stage dancing, singing, and it was so many people. It was a big concert, and I'm looking, you know, and then and I might be mixing some of the dreams up, but it's okay, you guys, because it was so long ago. So please forgive me, Lord. But all I remember is being behind them, because it's like it went from me being in my room to you seeing like a whole bunch of buildings and stuff behind me, and everything was turning into smoke, like everything was disappearing. So I'm like waving at people, like trying to get their attention. I'm behind the whole crowd. He's up there dancing, people's up there, woo, singing his words. And I'm like, yo, the world's ending. It's ending, you know? And nobody would listen to me. And then the smoke and like the dust, like everything was just disappearing behind me. Like imagine smoke coming from behind me and everything just disappearing. And right before it got to us, I woke up. You feel me? I remember being at the rooftop at the jail. I was standing on the roof and I seen the devil on the left side and I seen Jesus on the right side. And it was people walking to the devil and they were like falling into hell. And then it was people walking on the right side and once they got to God, like their souls, they would go up to the sky. And I remember right after that, because I woke up scared, I remember like clear as day in my ear. It was like a real voice. I was not dreaming. I was sitting on the cell bed and it was like not a bad voice. It was like a beautiful voice. Like not beautiful. I don't want y'all thinking, like weird or whatever, but it was like a soothing voice, like a comforting voice. And it was like, let me take your soul innocent. And I remember like being like this, and I jumped because it was right in my ear. And I remember just being in the cell so scared because it was like literally I just knew the devil had spoken to my ear because like I was in my Bible every day praying to God. That's when like I was saved from God. I knew about God when I was 18 in jail. God just changed my life, okay, from in jail, right? But yeah, like I was saying, it was like the devil just spoke in my ear, like clear as day. And yeah, right. And then another dream, I was like just sitting outside my high school, talking to my one homegirl, and um, like I said, this was when I was 18, you guys. I'm 25, so I'm trying to remember. I was just sitting outside my high school, and I remember like just birds. When I say like birds covered the sky, like the sky right now was just full of birds, and they were all like, you could hear them. I don't know if they were scared or like you could hear them making the bird noises, and they were all flying to one way. Like the whole sky was covered. You couldn't even see the sky, okay? And then I got scared because like the ground started shaking and all that. You feel me? And I woke up. I remember sitting in front of my grandma's old house, right? And these are all in dreams. And I was talking to my godmom. And then I remember like going downstairs to the driveway or something. And I'm looking, right, at the sky. And it was like 4 or 5 animals. Like I don't remember the animals. I don't know if it was like a lion, a tiger. They were 4 different animals. You guys, excuse me. Like I said, these dreams were so long ago, and I'm just like speaking about it. But they come out of the sky, and then when they hit the ground, like at the same time they touched the ground, Jesus was right in front of them, but the animals ended up turning into humans. Like I remember one was a little boy with a broken arm, one was a lady, one was a man. Like every animal, it was like 4 or 5 of them turned into a human, and Jesus was right in front of them, and he had his little, it was like a long brown stick. I don't know what it's called, and it had like a little bend at the end. And I remember him just walking they're walking behind him, and I remember getting so scared, so I go and I run under the ground, and he's just walking past. He walks right past me, and I'm just looking at him. I could have reached out and touched him. That's how close he was. And he walks right, and I'm under the car. You go to you look, and on the other side of the street, it was like the road, but on the other side of the road, It was like all land, right? And I don't know, it was like a whole army of people. And so I don't remember if they were like all black or all gray armor, or it wasn't normal people. You feel me? I just remember like it was at least 7, 8 armies of people lined up. And it was a lot. And God, Jesus Christ, just walks in front of them, and he hits his thing, his stick out the ground, and they all drop to their knees. Like literally, they were standing like they were soldiers, you know? And he hits it, and bang. They just all drop to their knees, and they're just like this. They're just on their knees. None of them are moving. And then I'm just seeing, and then that's when I wake up. And I also remember, again, like sitting in the car in my grandma's driveway, and angels coming out of the sky, but they were like stars, like coming to the earth. You thought they were stars, or like light balls or strikes of lightning. And then when they all come out, they were angels, and they all had on like white like gowns with like brown belts tied around them, and they all have bowing arrows, right? They all have, I'm making a video real quick, hold on. They all have bowing arrows, right? And they all came out shooting them at everybody. They were shooting these bowing arrows, right? And then I remember like trying to run, and I run into the house, and they come into the house. Like, you could not run from them. They come into the house, and they were talking about the gates have been closed on you guys. I don't want that. They talk about the gates have been, hold on, the gates have been closed on you guys, and it's too late. And then they held up a Birkin bag. It was a pink Birkin bag. I remember, I was 18 when I had this dream. A pink Birkin bag. And he was like, this is what you guys want. You guys love purses so much. This is your reward, and this is what you're gonna get. And he was like talking firmly. Like, he wasn't talking like an angelic, how an angel would think you talk. They were talking like us. And he was like, this is what you guys want to worship? You want to worship a purse? This purse is your guys' reward. And he was like angry, you know, holding up a pink Birkin bag. When I was 18, Birkins weren't even popping back then. Birkins are, everybody talks about his Birkins now. All right? And then I woke up. And then, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what other dreams I had. You feel me? But like, those were all the dreams. I had like 7 dreams for like 7 nights in a row. I'm not gonna lie. I remember like being in the middle of a railroad, but it was in the sky. It was in the sky. And I was like laying in the middle or something. And you know, like how in your dreams sometimes you can't run or move. I couldn't move. Like, I couldn't get up and walk. And it was a train coming so fast. It was coming like fast. And I just remember right before it got to me, there's Jesus. He was wearing a white gown. He was wearing the brown belt. He came out of nowhere, and he reached his hand out. And I grabbed his hand, and we just disappeared. Right before the train killed me, you know? And then, yeah, if I remember the other dreams I had, I'll tell y'all, but those were like, every time I have a dream or a vision, you know, of like God or Jesus Christ, it's always like about the world ending. Oh, and then another one, this is like a dream I had a few days ago, and I'm trying to turn my phone on because I wrote it down, but I was like, at my grandma's old house, right? I'm trying to like remember it correctly. I was just at my grandma's old house, and then I was in the street. All right, give me a minute, y'all. I'm pulling it up. Please forgive me. Just take a minute and pray. All right, we was all in front of my grandma's old house. Like I said, I forgot what we were doing and what everybody was talking about. We were all doing something random. Again, then I see angels come out the sky, and they all have white gowns and brown looking things around them, and they all had bow and arrows. Again, I really feel like when God comes back, we're going to see his angels first. They're going to come out the sky with bow and arrows. Okay? And you see like how all of these dreams talk about angels coming out the sky and then God coming back. You know, I forgot what they were saying, but they were yelling something. You know, and I was so scared, and it was a lot of them. Like a lot of angels came out the sky. You know, and they were doing something. I don't remember. That's exactly why I put, because it'd be hard for me to remember these dreams, kind of. And then as soon as they came out and they started speaking, whatever they were speaking, the sky went like pinkish reddish. Like it was like a pink. It wasn't red. It was like a hot pink. And I took a picture of that. I can insert that too, of the sunset we just had, and it was the exact same color I seen in my dream. And you know, we all got scared and started screaming and running, because again, we just knew God was gonna come back, and it was the end. And then everything just turns back to normal, right? It was like about 5 minutes we were standing there just waiting for God to come back when it turned pink, and then it didn't. I mean, he didn't come back. It just turned back to normal. And I remember everybody just standing there arguing. Everybody was arguing, and I remember the kids in the middle of the street standing there looking so lost. And I was so mad, because I'm like, dude, the world's just almost in, and everybody's sitting here literally arguing with each other. So like I was mad, and I think I like started walking away or something. And yeah, those were the dreams I had. I've had more, y'all. I just can't think about it. Excuse me, like I said, I just woke up. But yeah, y'all, that was it. Excuse me if they were just everywhere. Like I said, I was 18 when I had these dreams, and I don't know what they mean, you guys. I get these dreams. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what they mean. So I'm gonna start like going to God and, you know, asking him to clear my understanding of why he's showing me these things. But I think he's just showing me, like I said, every time I dream about him, the world ending. And I just really think the world, that God is near. And like how he says, he comes back out at an expected time, like a thief in the night. And how all of these dreams, we were all doing something. Oh yeah, like I was in the park. We were in the park, and we were all having a barbecue, and we were all on our phones, literally, like we were down like this on our phones. And I remember smoke, you know, like, or dust, smoke or dust or whatever it is. It was so big, it was coming towards us, and it was like wiping everything out. And I see, and I'm like, you know, like there's smoke coming towards us, like the world's ending, you know. And then I don't know if like they were ignoring me, and by the time everybody looked up, it was already right there. We were literally about to get wiped out with this smoke. And that was the dream I had. And I've had a lot of dreams. Like I said, like all my dreams is like always about the world ending or something. So I'd be scared. I'm scared now, because I know my Jesus Christ is coming. So if you haven't repented or got right with God, get right with God. Get a good relationship with him. you know, and just live by his commandments and just follow Jesus Christ because he's coming. He's near and like near. He's really near. In the almighty name of Jesus. Get on your knees and pray, you guys. All right.